All right, let's shift our focus now to Hungary. The country has ushered in a new political era. Viktor Orban has been defeated by Peter Magyar for the prime ministership, but this result's impact, remember, is not limited to internal dynamics alone. It also brings into play Hungary's geopolitical alignment and a possible reset of foreign policy. Our next report tells you more on this.
It's a new dawn in Hungary. Voters have flipped the country's political landscape after 16 years of uninterrupted rule by Viktor Orban. And the one to unseat him is the centre-right candidate Peter Magyar, whose Tisza party has secured a historic victory. From public transport to city centres, people are celebrating the end of Viktor Orban's rule.
I'm very excited. I was waiting 16 years for this day.
Well, as a Hungarian, we are part of the European Union, and we want to stay within the European Union. And with Orban Viktor, well, our future would be very dark.
Peter Magyar has secured a supermajority with 2/3 seat in the parliament. Magyar's Tisza party has won 138 seats in 199-member assembly, leaving Viktor Orban far behind with 55 seats.
If I could explain this, then I would not be sad. I do not know. Maybe we lived in a bubble which was very beautiful and very reassuring, and we believed in it. And now this bubble has burst.
Orban conceded his defeat hours after counting began. This is the most stunning defeat for someone who was once considered to be invincible. In his concession speech, Orban called the results painful.
The election results, though not yet final, are clear and understandable. For us, they are painful but unambiguous. We have not been entrusted with the responsibility and opportunity to govern. I congratulated the winning party.
As soon as results started trickling in, the opposition camp erupted in cheers alongside the Danube River embankment. Peter Magyar appeared before his supporters with a Hungarian flag in his hand. He said voters have liberated Hungary and called his party's victory a miracle.
Yesterday, the Hungarian people made many decisions, perhaps one of the most important being that Hungary's place in Europe was, is, and will be.
45-year-old Peter Magyar's political career began in the year 2002, when he joined Viktor Orban's Fidesz party, which at the time was in the opposition. In 2010, he became an official in the foreign ministry and soon went on to be part of the Prime Minister's office. All was well until 2024, when Magyar quit and joined a lesser-known Tisza party and emerged as Orban's biggest political challenger. Viktor Orban's defeat also has geopolitical repercussions for Europe. Hungary's outgoing Prime Minister has distanced the country from European Union and has aligned with Russia and US. Donald Trump endorsed Orban and sent his two top officials, Marco Rubio and Vice President J.D. Vance, to Hungary during peak campaigning season. But a push from Washington could not reverse Orban's falling popularity. Magyar's victory is good news for Brussels and Kiev. Under Orban, Hungary stood against war funding for Ukraine and vetoed €90 billion loan package. With change of guard in Budapest, Brussels and Kiev can now expect a more friendly approach from the country. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
All right, let me go across to our correspondent Pablo Gutierrez. He's joining us live from Budapest, Hungary. Pablo, a new day, the beginning of a new era for Hungarians, a political landscape that awaits them. Last time when you and I talked on Race to Power last week, there was a lot of popular sentiment, favorable sentiment with Peter Magyar. Now, of course, he's all set to be the Prime Minister. What are the first few tasks cut ahead for him? And the fact that there was a lot of concern that perhaps with his victory, Hungary would be pulled into the Russia-Ukraine war. Does that sentiment still prevail?
Well, that's right. I mean, it's a new dawn. You said it correctly. Here in Hungary, we just stepped out of a press conference with Peter Magyar a few minutes ago. He was addressing the members of the international press here in Hungary, and he outlined a series of reforms domestically, and also he also showed us a little bit of what his plan will be in the international stage. Now, let's start with the domestic reforms. Magyar, as it's been reported, could reach up to 142, perhaps 143 members of the 199 Hungarian parliament. That will be the biggest share in the history of this country, the biggest share that any political party has ever achieved. Now, with that mandate, as he says, there comes a lot of responsibility. So from day one, he says he wants to change the constitution, to limit the terms that a prime minister can serve to 2 terms. He says that will ensure that Viktor Orban will never be prime minister again. Number 2, and he was quite upfront about this, he said that he is urging for the president of this country, who's aligned with Fidesz and with Viktor Orban, to resign immediately. He says that he's part of the machine that has dragged down this country for many years. He also talked about the economy, how important it is for Hungary to get back on its feet. Currently is one of the poorest states within the European Union. So one of the priorities for him is to unlock those funds that have been frozen over rule of law concerns by the European Union.
All right, let's wait and watch, Pablo, how this moves forward. Of course, a lot of promises that he needs to fulfill with this massive victory. I'll leave it there and we'll see how this moves forward. Pablo, thanks very much for joining us at the moment.